Hey there, this is NewEraCat, and in today's video I want to show you my project file in After Effects. This is the second part. If you haven't seen the first part of this little tutorial, check out my videos. It's done in iMovie and it basically covers all the cutting and editing for the footage. And what we're gonna do today is take a look at all the post-production and effects I added afterwards. So the first thing I did was brought in the rendered file. I called it Montage because I'm called Mike and it's a montage. And the problem is that After Effects interprets it as 25 frames per second. And to change that, you have to go to Footage Interpret, then go right here. And usually it's clicked like that, but you have to change it and type in 29.97 manually so that it interprets it right. So once you've done that, you just go ahead and drag this onto here to create a new composition. And then what it does, it creates a new file with the footage in here, all good to go. So what I did then was I first added the color correction. I went to layer and added a new adjustment layer. And on the adjustment layer, I added a curves effect and a glow effect. What the curves basically do is boost the contrast a little bit right here in the RGB channel. And I also played a little bit with the blue channel and brought it down here and up here a little bit to make the dark areas more bluish and the lighter areas more yellowish. And then I also added in a glow effect, but that's a very subtle settings to like make it look a little bit more cinematic and make it shine a little bit more. So that's the color correction right here. I should rename these, to be honest, but I'm a little bit of a lazy guy, so I just leave that as it is. And to make it even more cinematic, I added a vignette. And what I did was I basically just added the black solid and added a mask in the form of an ellipse. Then I went to the mask settings and feathered it a little bit and brought down the transparency to well, around 50%. And as you can see, it like focuses the eye a little bit more on the middle towards the action. So that's all for the color correction and the cinematic look. What I did next was I created another black solid and I added an effect by Video Copilot. It's called optical flares. Check out the website videocopilot.net for the plugin itself, and what it does is basically it creates optical flares, as you might have guessed, that really represent real ones in a very good fashion. You can see it like this, and it has a ton of great options with different settings right here. You can play around with it, how it like feels, and it has a lot of presets for motion graphics, for nature, for everything else. And I just love to add these kind of random objects into the composition to make it look a little bit more, a little bit more different, a little bit more exciting to watch. And as you can see, it like fades in, fades out, the amount and the brightness and the scale just scale up and then scale down, all via special animation key sets. How is that called? Keyframes. That's what I wanted to say. And then I just added these onto here, and I clicked add to get rid of the black from the black solid. And then I basically add this, but the one thing that I added that really makes this, well, the way it is I added an effect right onto the footage itself, and it's also by Video Copilot, and it's called Twitch. And as you can see, I added a lot of it. So these are all the keyframes, and what this plugin basically does, it creates all of these cool slide and color effects that you can see sometimes, like here, where like the RGB is split and It just adds a lot of noise and a lot of motion, and I love it really. I can suggest it to everyone. And what I did was I enabled all the things I wanted, like slide or color, and then I keyframed the amount from 0 to, I don't know, 10 or 15 or 20 to add a little bit of an effect to emphasize a certain shot, or to have a transition between two clips. And then I just went through the whole project and I keyframed the amount, or I turned on different things like scale or RGB split and all of that goodness to make it look a little bit more exciting and to add a lot of effects to it, to make it like a movie and not like just gameplay footage. And that's basically all I did. Just these 4 things. And I would really suggest, if you do that as well, take your time, be patient, go through all the frames and decide, okay, what do I want? Shall I add an optical flare, or should I have a twitch effect right here? And take your time, go through that, and once you're finished, go to composition, then add to render queue, and then you can like set the export settings. And what I used was I chose QuickTime together with a video codec of H.264. Click OK. Check audio as well, and then just export it. Another thing that I did recently for the Drifter's montage was I chose H.264 together with 5.1 and the target bitrate of 8 and the maximum bitrate of 10 with a 1-pass setting. Also checked audio, and I really like this as well because it renders far more quickly, and the file size is really low. So I can suggest that as well. Play around with that and see what works. And once you've clicked rendered and it's rendered and all finished, just upload it to YouTube and you're done. So that was basically it. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. I'll try to answer as many as possible. Well, probably I'll answer all of them because my view count is not that high and I really love my fans. And if you have a question, feel free to ask them in the comment section below or write on Twitter. It's @tweetthemic. And let me know what you think. If you like this, please hit the like button, share it with your friends if they're interested in that kind of stuff. And I hope I see you in the next video as well. So till then, we're out.